I hope you have finished sketching it. Yes, and you can see on the screen that that is what I've already sketched, but not fully, because those that they are online waiting for me, at least. This is how you have to sketch it. And after sketching it, taking the IP phones, you have to take it from here. That is for the IP phones. As an IP phone, you take this one. And the PCs, you just what put in with that PCs to it. So I'm now going to make sure that you have three routers. That is 2811. But not all routers have features of what? Telephony services. Okay? Not all routers have features of telephony services. So you can't pick any other routers just like that. You have to make sure that you pick 28 what? 11 if you are dealing with what? Cisco packet tracer. So now, the next point for us to do is that we have to connect everything. And after connectivity, we will configure our OSPF, then configure the dial-up, we configure the PS, we configure the phone numbers, then we configure the distribution of IP address DHCP to the various PCs across what? The line. So now, let me just give their various connectivity of their cables. So let me click on this one. I'll connect first to Jeff, then straight to IP phones, then choose the PC, and connect from the IP phones also to the switch. And I'll do the same thing to Kevin also. I'll do the same thing to Kevin. Then you choose crossover because of what you choose and give it to the router. But the router, you have to make sure that you provide an appropriate what? Provide an appropriate port for, because we are going to use the serial. We are going to use serial. So you just click on it. Click on zoom, draw to this side, put it off. Choose this one, H width -2T. I put it inside and I click. I'll do the same thing to router 2 also. I'll put it off. Do the same thing to the rest of the pieces. So now I can connect using my serial. Then crossover cable to the switch. Then straight through cable from the switch to the piece, to the IP phones, switch, that one to the PC, Kelly PC. Okay, so let's go on. Everything is set and done. Z. I should relax. Whilst I'm sketching, I should relax. Hey, I'm sketching, so I should relax. Sketching. Let's provide IP address over here. 2021 2 10 10 1 and 10 10 10 2. So 192.168.10.1. Then over here also is going to be 172.16.0.1. Perfect. Let me just change something small, okay? Not all countries have the same word. Countries have not all countries have the same word. Let's say, for instance, this side we have to the left side we have to be Ghana, and then the right side we have to be US. Okay, that is from so the left. This place is going to be Ghana. This place is going to be Ghana. This place, the left side is going to be Ghana. So I'm going to put Ghana site. Then I will put USA site. So in between them, we can do something. So this place is going to be one network, another network, then another network. I will shift this one to this side. So that will be our network. We have the orange, the yellow, and the green. Okay, so in between, we'll configure this one as what? OSPF. And the area is going to be 0. the area is going to be 0. So all of them have to be inside. Okay, so now we have everything set and done. We have everything set and done. Remember, beside the phone is going to be, let me put it this way. It's going to be 5401 5401. So let's make it this way. Five four zero two 5403. Then the left side is going to be 640 6401. 6402 6403. So I'm going to start configuration. Eh? I'm going to start configuring it. And I told you that at least we want the IP address to start from 100. 192.168, that is on the left side of this, is this one. 192.168.10.1, that is for this side. Then we have 172.16.0.1 from this side also. Okay. So in a normal circumstance, what we're supposed to do is that we have voice for the IP phone and the data transferring of the ICMT ICMP for data, okay, which is supposed to be two what numbers, but later I'll show you the two IP address. But right now is what only one IP address we want to give it to all them. So there will be a point that at least the router must have two IP address to distribute, one for voice and one for data. Okay. So let's just connect our laptops to the various routers. I hope some have done that already, and that will be the good side of them. Others are waiting for crossover. Okay, so let's go on. We are going to configure this, the left side, which is the orange side first. Okay, that is the side we are going to configure. So let me put it in this way. Click on the laptop that links to BFR1, which is this. Click on the laptop, go to desktop, terminal, then click OK. You choose no, then you choose the EN, config T, host name up to BFR1, then the line console have to follow 0, no exec timeout, let it be 0 so that our router will not log out after 60 seconds. Now password, then the login, type exit, then enable secret before you start the journey. So I'm going to give FA0/0 IP address first before I'll deal with what the DHCP. So INT FA0/0 IP address 192.168.10.1 255.255.255.0. So no shut equivalent to no shutdown. The line now is green, which is forwarding, and the orange, which is listening. We are done giving the IP address to our interface. Let's type exit and now start configuring the DHCP. So IP DHCP, you type the pool, then you have to make it. I'm just going to give a name for the pool, okay? So it's what? GH voice, which is for Ghana side. That is GH voice. Enter. Now when you bring the shift and the question tag, you see that we have default router, DNS server, domain name, we have network number and max, no options and the rest that have you. So we are going to just give this, but before we will do this, I want us to check something first. So I've typed what? Exit. When I type IP DHCP. Listen, when I type IP space DHCP, you can see that they've written exclusive hyphen address over there. Can you see? Prevent DHCP from assigning certain addresses. Prevent DHCP from assigning certain addresses. So assigning certain addresses, you have to type what? Exclude. So when you bring the exclude, then you bring the shift and the question tag, it will ask you low IP what address and high IP address. So the low IP address is going to be 192.168.10 dot what? 100. Then when you shift and the question tag, it tells you the high what? IP what? Address. Okay. So you choose 192.168.10, then it means that maybe from 1 to what? 100 or from 30 to 100. Exclude, it shouldn't. So the first one, let's put the first one rather on, um, let's say, yes, let's make it 2 because we've given 1 to the router. So to 100, then space and the question mark again. When you enter, it tells you that you are excluding an IP address between what? So between um, 2 to what? 100, the DHCP router shouldn't distribute IP address to any what? Are you following it? So when you finish, before you will come and just type this one, IP DHCP pool, DH voice. Meanwhile, you have already set the exclusion down. Then you enter. Kelly, are you following? Then you enter. Or if you are not following, don't worry. I will just copy it and put it inside your WhatsApp for you. The steps, okay? Kelly, you alone. I hope you so that you will get a format of it. Okay. Uh-huh. The first one is you have to type IP. You are if you said you will not exclude any IP address, that is where you have to type IP DHCP pool and the name of the pool. Then you enter. That one you are going to give a full range of what? IP address. But the moment exclusion comes, then you have to type IP DHCP exclusion, which means you have to exclude before you create the pool. Are you following it? He said, oh, yes, I've already created the pool. So if I enter, yes, to work. Are you following it? So you have to just type what? The network. Then when you type the network, what will follow? After the network, you have to type what network are we typing? 192.168.10.0, then 255.255.255.0. You enter. That is the network. Yes, I exited. Which earlier on I supposed to create the exclusion, but that one will not spoil anything. Yes, but remember that when you are creating the pool, remember the pool name, then you type exact pool name. Okay, don't go and type because I typed earlier on DH voice. Then you go and type DH voice 2. It means you've created what two what pool. Are you following it? Okay, so now the default, you type the default. So you type the default of what the router and the default IP address of the router is 192.168 dot what dot one, which is this one. So 192.168.10.1. There is no server though, but we must provide a server DNS IP. So we are going to give our DNS IP address 192.168.10.201. Now, when this thing is set and done, let me just show you something because some of you maybe since there is no server, there will be something. So you have to just let me just put server there. Okay, let me just put server there. You said, but this is what we are trying our best to do. The rest of the what we are configuring right now, we are just configuring the accesses that is the DHCP. We are done. So we have to just type what exit. Then we configure this side SE 0/1/0. So we have to enter into that one too. SE 0/1/0. Then IP address, we configure 10.10.10.2 with 20255.0.0.0. Okay, let me check. Okay, I put dot there. Sorry, forgive me. Enter, then no shut like this. So it means that we are done configuring our network plus our exclusion and the rest. So we have to make sure that the IP phones over here have to be on. Because you can see that their lines are red and orange. Red means it has been blocked because the IP phone has not been put on. You said, is this side? I said you should make it 30. Don't worry, nothing matters. It will always work. Okay. So now let me put the IP phones on, and let me drag this one, zoom, and put it here. Aziz is lucky that I'm just going over the DNS server. I've already done it. So you just power it. You just power it. So let's go to the PC. I'm going to Jeff PC to check. So you can see that we have a starting it from 102. Yeah, money, how are you? Uh, you are waiting for the login. Uh, yes. Yeah. I will let you in right now. Okay.